PayPal integrates the Ethereum naming service into its crypto payments infrastructure, and Velo Labs has integrated BlackRock's tokenized fund Buidl into USDV. And the big debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump is tonight. Will crypto come up as a topic? We're going to break this down. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as a thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Well, folks, the big debate is tonight between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. And the folks that stand with crypto are making a push to have crypto be asked as one of the questions. And the network that's hosting this debate is ABC. So Stand With Crypto tagged them, had a whole sign-up form that was started yesterday. And I did a poll on X, folks, and the majority of you are saying crypto will not come up as a topic. Right now, 59.9% say no. 40.1% say yes. So hopefully it does come up as a topic. That will be really great. And we know it's an important topic to Donald Trump. He's campaigning on it. And Kamala Harris, while her camp has said she will support crypto, we have not heard one word from her about it. She has not put it into her policy and agenda and so forth. So we want crypto to be a bipartisan issue. It should not be an election issue. So my hope is that Kamala Harris will come around and start supporting crypto so we can take it off the table and we can debate and vote on other issues, right? But crypto, a technology, should not be a debate issue. It shouldn't be partisan, guys. It has to be bipartisan. And we actually need both Democrats and Republicans to get crypto right in the United States with legislation. It can't just be one party. So we need both candidates to support this topic. Now, we got some big news coming out from PayPal. So PayPal Venmo integrate Ethereum naming service for crypto payments. This is a big integration, folks, big adoption for Ethereum. We know PayPal is already using Ethereum because it has launched its stablecoin PYUSD on the Ethereum blockchain. Also, PayPal and Venmo both offer crypto trading, right? You can buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so forth. So let me give you the details. PayPal and Venmo have integrated the Ethereum naming service, ENS, into their payments platforms. ENS Labs announced Tuesday. ENS is a decentralized naming system built on the Ethereum blockchain that gives readable names to crypto addresses. Now, users of PayPal and Venmo can enter the recipient's ENS name directly in the search field when sending crypto, and the payment platforms will automatically identify the wallet addresses linked to the ENS. The feature will be available for US users first, according to the release. Folks, this is a core infrastructure item that is needed for the global adoption of crypto for billions of people to come in, because not everyone is going to be comfortable with the long hash addresses, right? The wallet addresses. Not everyone is going to be able to navigate the ability to share wallet addresses and do all these things. But if they have a name that's blockchain friendly, kind of like a domain name, right? You go to thinkingcrypto.com, that's my website, or you can go to tonyedward.com. Well, if you have thinkingcrypto.eth or thinkingcrypto.whatever, and you give that to people, they can simply type that into whatever platform they're using and send you crypto. And the great thing is many of these naming services are becoming interoperable with different blockchains. So you can send Bitcoin, ETH, Matic, XRP, whatever it is, and the service will automatically designate the funds to the appropriate wallet. And that is the future. That's how it has to work, because there's so many chains and so many tokens. And I've often talked about we're headed to the token economy, right? So if you have even tokenized assets on the Ethereum blockchain or on Avalanche or whatever it may be, there needs to be interoperability. We can't be segmented where it's like, oh, you're on Ethereum and I'm on Solana. Oh, I guess we can't do anything. We can't send each other anything. It can't work that way. NFTs, tokenized assets, stable coins, crypto assets, all will need to be interoperable. And having a name service like this will be a common thing where everyone will have this, similar to, once again, like a domain name or a social media handle, right? And they can just give that, oh, you want to send me some funds? Go to janedoe.eth. right? A simple example, but that is where we're headed to, and the infrastructure needs to be built out and it needs to be interoperable, as mentioned. But when you have a payment giant like PayPal integrating it, it will help to push mass adoption. So this is very bullish for the mass adoption of crypto, but also super bullish for Ethereum. And in full disclosure, I am an ETH token holder. I'm bullish on ETH. I think ETH could get to 10K at least this bull market cycle. That's not a guarantee. That's not a certainty. That's just my prediction. And we'll see if he does get there. But even if not, and it just tops out at 8,000, I'm fine with that. I'll be taking profits. Now, moving ahead, Paxos is set to expand to Arbitrum, an Ethereum layer 2 network. So more bullish news for Ethereum as well as Arbitrum. Paxos Select stablecoins are currently available on Ethereum, the Polygon proof of stake network, and Solana. So Paxos, they help to launch different stablecoins. I had interviewed Charles Cascarilla, who's the CEO of Paxos, over the years. I'm trying to get some folks on. I remember they're working with PayPal to launch their to help process their stablecoin, which is already launched. They were also working with Binance, with BUSD, and much more. So Paxos is a big infrastructure player, and it's great to see that they're expanding their stablecoins onto another blockchain, Arbitrum. And as I just said, interoperability, multiple chains, we need it all to function together, folks. So all bullish news. Now, speaking of bullish news, Velo, and I don't hold this token, guys. Velo has a token. You can check it out on CoinMarketCap. I don't hold it. It's not possible to invest into everything, but they got some very bullish news. Here they tweeted out, Velo Labs incorporates BlackRock's tokenized short-term treasury fund, Buidl, into USDV, enhancing seamless transactions and yield opportunities for over 1 million users in Southeast Asia. With Securitized, backed by BlackRock, this move strengthens the DeFi landscape in the region, a monumental leap in blockchain-powered payments and trading. Big move here by Velo, very smart, and they're working with the folks Securitized who are working with BlackRock. Securitized helped BlackRock to launch their tokenization initiatives. And if you saw my interview with Carlos Domingos, CEO and co-founder of Securitized, that was published about a month ago or so, we talked a lot about how they're working with BlackRock. So if you haven't seen the interview, be sure to check it out. So they said here, with USDV now backed by BlackRock's institutional grade Buidl fund, users across Southeast Asia can enjoy bank-free transactions, cross-border money transfers, and even store of value, all while earning competitive on-chain yields. This is really great and shows the ability of crypto to offer great returns and yields. Now, the problem is here in the United States, we don't have clarity. So, staking is still being threatened by Gary Gensler and the SEC and much more. But eventually we'll get regulations and more of these products can be launched here in the United States. But this is big news if you're a Velo token holder. So once again, you can check out this token. I don't know too much about it. I'm still researching it, but I don't hold any as in full disclosure. Now, quick word from our sponsor, and that is BitGo, which is one of the top tier crypto custodians in the crypto industry. BitGo works with many big companies and exchanges in the market. They're headed up by Mike Belshi, who is a Web 1.0 legend. I've often interviewed Mike on the podcast. Some of the trusted companies and brands that are using BitGo include Pantera Capital, there's Dan Moorhead, Bitstamp Exchange, Bitcoin IRA. Nike uses BitGo's wallet services for their NFTs. And some of the great services that they offer include hot wallets, custodial wallets, self-managed cold wallets, and NFT wallets. So if you'd like to learn more about BitGo, visit bitgo.com. Link will be in the description. Now, guys, yesterday I told you about the DeFi Congressional hearing, and that took place this morning. And it was a really good hearing. It was the first ever about DeFi, and it's great that this is a topic coming up because we've seen a lot of regulatory uncertainty around DeFi here in the United States, a lot of attacks on DeFi, and we need to educate the folks in DC about this and help get people to support the proper balanced legislation. Here, Ron Hammond says, we are live at the first congressional hearing on DeFi. This is setting the stage for policy priorities for 2025 and largely expected to be educational. Taylor Barr of the Digital Chamber said, By exploring nuanced topics like DeFi and tokenization, Representative French Hill's subcommittee shows they are committed to maintaining U.S. leadership in the digital economy. So I'm going to try to get French Hill back on the podcast to talk about this. But, Taylor said this is critical to have this discussion to keep the momentum going after the FIT21 bill passed in the House in May. Remember, 71 Democrats joined the Republicans to get that through. And we need to get that some sort of a bill, whether it's Cynthia Lummis and Gillibrand's version through the Senate or the FIT21 through the Senate. We have to get it through the Senate and eventually whoever is president to sign it into law. But this is a big move. Now, it wasn't without controversy because you had your anti-crypto army people. Elizabeth Warren's cronies were, of course, here Brad Sherman and even Representative Sean Casten, who's a Democrat, no surprise there. And if you look at Stand with Crypto's website, he is strongly against crypto. He voted against the CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act. He voted against FIT21, so he didn't join his Democrat colleagues. He voted against the SOB 121 House Joint Resolution. So a big-time brown-noser of Elizabeth Warren. And of course, the Shermanator, Brad Sherman, was there, talking some sort of bullshit, his normal nonsense. Sometimes you have people who are anti-crypto who are articulate and they can form a good thought and, they'll present an argument and so forth. And you can actually sit down and listen to them and reason with them. But Brad Sherman is like the crazy uncle or crazy grandpa, all right, who's living somewhere up in the mountains, and then he comes out and he's talking all kinds of madness. So he was, making all kinds of weird statements as usual. I remember he's the one that talked about Mongoose Coin and all kinds of stuff in the past. He's just a joke at this point. Now, speaking of Elizabeth Warren's clown army, let's talk about Gary Gensler. So, the SEC is doubling down on SOB 121. There's an update here saying that they don't want to step back with SOB 121, even though the Government Accountability Office had called this thing out, saying it needs to go through Congress. We know that Congress tried to repeal this thing, but Joe Biden ultimately vetoed it. But, the SEC is doubling down, but it's not so much Hester Peirce or Mark Ueda. It is Gary Gensler and the other two Democrat commissioners. And apparently Gary Gensler internal comments were mistakenly released to the public. Caitlin Long highlighted it. It's not related to crypto specifically, but it just shows the SEC is just a joke sometimes. And you remember they got their Twitter account hacked at the Bitcoin ETF launch and much more. Gary, I don't know what to say, man. I hope that he gets fired. If Donald Trump wins or Kamala Harris wins, that Gary's out of there because he's a scumbag regulator. Now, the Japanese public company Metaplanet continues to buy more Bitcoin. They are the Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy of Japan, but they are ahead of the curve, folks, and it's a smart move. And MicroStrategy's figured out this arbitrage with their stock and so forth. And I think this Japanese company Metaplanet is realizing that they can make some really nice returns and boost the value of their company and stock value and so forth. We got news here that crypto ETFs from State Street and Galaxy Digital begin trading. So State Street is a massive Wall Street bank. Galaxy Digital, of course, headed up by Mike Novogratz. These are two big players here. So the two firms' new funds provide mixed exposure to various companies associated with blockchain technology, in addition to cryptocurrencies through futures and other ETFs. The three funds started trading today under the tickers DECO, D-E-C-O, HECO, H-E-C-O, and TechX, T-E-K-X. So great to see that different financial products are being launched around crypto, folks. This is really bullish for the future adoption of crypto. Now, let's end it on some really positive news. Former Alameda CEO Caroline Ellison, SBS one-time girlfriend and fling, right? She is set to face sentencing on September 24th following the FTX fallout. So I was wondering, actually, just the other day, I was like, what happened to Caroline Ellison? When is she going to jail, right? All these crooks, whether it's Alex Mashinsky, Sam Bankman-Fried, Caroline Ellison, all of them need to go to jail. You do the crime, you pay the time, and they scammed a ton of people. They put a big black stain on the crypto industry. Thankfully, we're coming out of that, and I think the industry is maturing and growing from here, and Wall Street's here, right? BlackRock, Fidelity, and so forth. But these people need to go to jail. They need to stay away from crypto. So Ellison's lawyer asked the judge on Monday to redact some names and information regarding her living situation that they say could put her at risk. So she needs to go to jail. Sam Bankman-Fried is in jail. So nature is healing, folks. All right, folks, that's the news. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to sign up for my free email newsletter on Substack filled with crypto knowledge and insights. Also, be sure to grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto. It's available on Amazon in paperback and digital, also available on barnesandnobles.com. Grab a copy to support the podcast. Buy a few copies for your friends and family. Give it to them as gifts, guys. As the holidays come up and so forth, it will make a great gift to help them understand crypto, what the hell is happening here. It includes some investment tips and so forth. And if you bought a copy, my friends, please, please, please leave a rating and review. It will help out my rankings. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.